as we're letting everybody in, because I'll give it another minute and we're going to start. If you're not muted, if you wouldn't mind muting, that would help me out greatly. Okay. If you're new, welcome to our Lunch and Learns. I think we may have hit the max on our Facebook group, but there is a Facebook Lunch and Learn group. Stella. Lord, I'm sorry about it, friends. I have a little helper today, but there is a Facebook group and I just got a warning. I didn't even know there was a max of people, but I finally had a lot more people in and they sent me a warning that my group's getting too big. But this is for every consultant, every division from the mini sign your agreement. Sometimes nationals are on here. I know people are translating it. Sometimes it's sending it to their girls in other countries. It's amazing. And what I want to say to that is thank you all for passing this along to all your friends and power partners and units and, amen corners and all that. I love these Lunch and Learns because it's a midweek pick me up and we get to know people and get to meet people in all different divisions that we would meet at seminar, right? We don't always all get to see each other, and the connection is phenomenal in this group. And so it is recorded. I sent it to my office girl. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you're not a social media girl, like you don't have Box, you're not on Facebook, don't worry. Just use my name on YouTube, subscribe, and you'll see this in about 24 hours. You'll see all the past ones. The Facebook group disclaimer is that I only recently started doing Facebook. So if you're on YouTube, you're going to see like almost 2 years of this. I think it's almost been 2 years now. And all I'm going to say is if a trainer teaches on something, sometimes they teach on multiple things. And a lot of people have gone on there like, hey, can I get the literature? Can I get the handout? Sometimes they're posting that in that Lunch and Learn group. And if I've received it, I've posted it in that group. You can just scroll through that group and find whatever you need to find from that speaker. If it's not, it was just something they lightly touched on and that wasn't information, given or shared. So, and what's so wonderful, aren't we all so creative? We're all powerful women. We take the idea and create it ourselves and put our own little spin on it anyway. So it makes it wonderful. And so we're going to start today. And I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you, Emily. She did our What If Wednesday for us last night and blew it out of the water. She was phenomenal. And I got to meet Emily at seminar. I don't know how we have it in Emerald Division cross paths more than I'm sure we have. We just didn't realize it, but we're kindred souls for sure, like very similar. And I'm telling you, she is the real deal. And so I asked her, I was like, it really, you all recommend people all the time. And thank you for that. And then, cause sometimes I don't know people in other areas. Right. But after I left, I'm like, I want her to speak on Lunch and Learn because I'm very proud of this platform and the women in integrity and who do it the Mary Kay way and how they do business. And I want everyone to share ideas. I mean, I think everyone on here could teach about booking and we would all learn something different from each other. Right. And so that's what I love is that you can hear something that might hit you differently or something you've been doing that you can tweak just a little bit and take you all the way. I loved seeing so many of you walk across that seminar stage and some of the things that you learned from these events. And so this really is a go give thing, friends. She gets nothing out of this other than just helping you and helping me and helping the Mary Kay world and just being just who she is as a human. And so I always want to thank our guest speakers all the time. Emily, I adore you. And now we're going to be inseparable because we're just supposed to be together. It's just amazing. So I love you and I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to hear what you all have to share. And I don't ever want to give too much of people's accolades or any of that in case that's part of their training. And I leave it open, this open forum. It's casual. If there's time at the end, we will leave it open for questions and things like that. And don't worry, I got some messages, private messages. They're saying their people are trying to get it. I'm still working the back office of this. So don't worry, I'm going to mute. Emily's going to take over and share from her heart and give us some tools for the new seminar year that I think will be incredible. And Emily, thank you again, my friend. I deeply, deeply appreciate you.
Oh, well, I can't even say thank you enough, Jennifer. I'm so glad. I love backstage, so it's interesting because a lot of times in Mary Kay, whether you're a sales director, whether you're a beauty consultant, a lot of the focus is the stage moment. And so for me, it's the backstage moments. It's the backstage moments. It's the waiting in line. It's the best wait in line you'll ever have. And if you've been backstage, you understand it's where you meet other women. It's where you connect with them. It's where you get to ask questions. And there's just something about it. You don't care waiting in line in those heels when it's a Mary Kay backstage. And I've met so many amazing women, Jen being one, so many amazing women in that moment backstage, because we just got placed beside each other. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be a part. And ladies, it's so great to see you on here. So this is your lunch and learn. So if you're eating, awesome, all the yumminess. Okay. And keep eating. And certainly you can listen to this. And I know many will listen to the recording, but it's an honor to be here. And just to give you a very quick background, I've been in Mary Kay. It's almost 24 years now, which is insane. I walked in Mary Kay in November of 1999. I know. And, you know, just to be able to know now, I just had a birthday last month, that half of my life I've been in this company. That's a little wild when I really think about that, because I don't think I'm that old until I hear those stats, until I look at those dates, you know. And so it has been, it's been an amazing journey. And so I just wanted to share something with you, because I know I love that Jen has done this for any division out there, for any, regardless of what your quote unquote title or position is. You know, we all come with the same position on the inside. We all come with the position of learn. I'm here to learn. This is called Lunch and Learn. I'm here to grow. And just know that that sets you apart instantly, because not everyone around you in this culture wants to learn. All right. Not everyone, because when we learn, then we actually grow. We really do. And so I'm just going to just hit something. And this is really near and dear to me. And to me, this is the easiest thing for us to speak about when we're really trying to just empower other women, other leaders that were already around. And so I want to just maybe jog your memory, your brain, to get you thinking maybe in a little bit of a different direction about finding your sweet spot. Now, finding your sweet spot. So you may already know what your sweet spot is in this company. You may already know what your sweet spot is, maybe I should say in your business. And so whether it is just sales, whether it's just facialing, whether it's just matching foundation, whether it's interviewing, whether it's recruiting, whether it's putting things together, whether it's big groups, whether it's small groups, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's virtual, whether it's through FaceTime, whether it's through Zoom, whether it's through Facebook Live, whether it's through Reels, like you get what I mean? And so a lot of times in the beginning, you know, Mary Kay Ash would always say that you have to throw a lot of spaghetti against the wall just to see what's going to stick. Okay. And so, but once you do that consistently enough, you will develop a sweet spot. And so here's how I want to encourage you with this. It's finding your sweet spot. It will be the thing that gets your adrenaline going. It's the thing that when you're doing it, you're like, yeah, I still got it. I still got it. All right. And so it's that thing on the inside that you're just like, yes, this is it. And so I can tell you about your sweet spot, that when you stop doing it, you'll question everything you're doing. When you stop doing that very sweet spot, you'll question everything that you're doing. In fact, you'll lose confidence in you, and you'll lose confidence in your ability to lead. You will begin to question and self-doubt. It is a downward spiral. And so I want to share just a sweet spot of mine that I have fallen in love with. And it's a bit of a competitive game with myself, and to beat my best. And my sweet spot is rebooking. So I'm going to share about that. What is rebooking? What is that thing? And so here's the thing I want to say. If you are already rebooking and you've got that thing going, then you won't need this for you. All right. Don't change up what you're doing if it's working. We know that. But I do want you to tuck it in the back of your brain, because you may have a unit member. You may have an offspring sales director. You may have a sister consultant that this could be the thing, the tweak that she needs to hear. Okay. So let me talk about why rebooking. So this was my favorite part about why rebooking. One, it's the best time management tool you'll ever have. When you have a captive audience, just be grateful for a captive audience. It's like, you know, gathering women is like herding cats, right? You just kind of never know what's happening. And so when you have them captured, I know I am too. This is the opportunity is while they're all right there. Okay. And and they're listening and they're sitting there and they really are listening because they're like, what am I doing next? Okay. And so it's the best time management skill for sure. And so the best part about the rebooking actually is it doesn't give you that feeling of, oh my gosh, I've got to start over. Oh my gosh, I've got to get the ball rolling again. You all know what that is. It's because when we say that, we kind of like do an eye roll when we think about getting that ball moving again. And so because that feeling of, I just got to start over. So don't get in that spot where it puts us in that despair feeling of starting over. And then we have to get our mindset straight. And then we have to remind ourselves of who we are. And then our confidence has to get to the right aspect, into the right spot for that. And so different things that I do for myself as far as rebooking, and even within my unit, is we have contests, okay, of breaking your record. So girls, just put it in the chat. I would love to see it. What is your record with how many rebookings that you've gotten from a party session, appointment? I don't know, whatever you may call it. Like, do you know that number? Do you know your record of the most rebookings that you've walked away from with a party? And so one, I celebrate it. It is a huge focus of mine. All right. Mary Kay Ash taught us that you could, when you walk away with no rebookings, it's a dead end. It is a dead end. I'd rather walk away with we know that is the plan of Mary Kay, 2 rebookings, right? There you go. And so just to already have that, to walk in with an expectation of I'm getting a minimum of 2. I mean, minimum is the bare minimum. And so I have contests within myself. I know the record that I want to break of my own, as well as the record in our unit. And then we have a record in the unit, but then every beauty consultant has their own record too. Okay. So for them to beat that, so do you see it's them beating their best? So, and I celebrate it. And in fact, a rebooking, it keeps from the deflated feeling. So maybe it was $200 in sales, but there was 2 rebookings. I rejoice because 2 rebookings is everything. It's everything. And it's more than just more sales. It's an absolute, and it's more than just meeting a new pond of women, but it's absolutely your first step into an interview as well, into a possible new team member. And so I celebrate rebookings because they are intentional. It usually just doesn't just happen. It truly doesn't. And so when it's time to rebook a hostess, it does turn, or when you're rebooking people, obviously, that rebooking, whoever that new hostess is, she is going to be an automatic interview for you. So I'm just giving you some perks of why you need to rebook. Maybe you've just forgotten about rebooking. All right. So let me tell you some perks about why you want to rebook. And so one, she's an automatic interview for you. So what's going to happen, and I'm going to kind of walk you through maybe a little how I rebook, and I'll do all that really quick. But what happens is once you've rebooked, you get her schedule. Okay. So weekend or weeknight, da-da-da. You got all that. And then you've got it booked, but then you're going to talk to her because then the coaching begins. You're going to talk to her about, hey, so let's think of a group, let's have your varsity list and your JV list. Okay. We need to have 2 lists, but we're not going to let the JV list know that they're the JV list. Okay. We're going to start with the varsity list. So girl, I know you got so many friends, but you're going to have to narrow it down to 10. That wording is key. Not, do you think you might be able to find 1 person? Do you think you might be able to find 2? Side girl, you got a boatload of friends. I know you're like at 4,000 friends at least on Facebook. That doesn't even include your Instagram. We're going to have to narrow them down because I can do 10. So let's choose your 10 wisely, because the more they buy, the more you get for free. And so let's talk about it. So let's talk about the first 10 we're going to invite, but then let's have the JV list on ready so we can pop those names in there for the ones that can't from the varsity. And we get tickled about that. I'll be like, so that kind of narrows down who you're going to invite. The more they buy, the more you get for free. Okay. And I'll be like, and don't tell them to leave their pocketbooks home and they don't have to buy a thing. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. We want them to look cute. Okay. So you're going to have a conversation. So as the coaching starts, then you're going to say, okay, Marie, I got you all straight. Oh my gosh, I know this is going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait to meet your friends. All right. I've already talked to a few of them. They're super excited, and we're going to do our detox and de-stress session, yada, yada, yada. And so, but Marie, I got to say something to you really quick before I come. Okay. 1 of 2 things can happen when I come to your house. I'm going to come. We're going to have a ball. They're going to buy a lot, They just are, because they're good women and they're excited. I said, and I'm going to profit. And I'm actually going to profit 50%. I'm going to profit half. You remember when I met you, when we were at your best friend's Amy's house? Yeah, Amy's party, she had 800, I profited $400 and I was in and out in less than 2 hours. So I just wanted to tell you something. I'm going to come and do the same thing for you with all your friends. And I'm going to profit 50%. And I'm excited. Woohoo. And Marie, you're going to get free product. That's the big deal for you. You're going to get free product. But here's the thing, Marie, I got to talk to you real quick. I'm going to come either way. But listen, what if I come, do the same exact thing I'm going to do? But that's your get together. Those become your customers. And now all of a sudden you have 10 people that you're going to service. If you want to have a bigger customer base, you can, or you can keep your customer base, these 10 women that we're about to see. You can profit 50%. And guess what? Everything they purchase, in 3 nights when I'm there, it's going to run out in 3 to 4 months. So you'll be able to get that reorder and make half price then as well. So Marie, before I came, I just wanted to see what you were thinking. How's that sound? Would you like me to profit the 50% in my pocket, or would you want to profit the 50% in your pocket? Okay, that's the conversation. So rebooking is a great, but you see how I coach a little bit before, I'm making it a big deal about the 10 being there. The interview comes then. The interview comes then. So, okay, so that's one thing. So the next thing, as far as when it's time to rebook, that, however you're rebooking, everybody has a different method. And so I will share this personally. I do 4 different kinds of sessions. So, okay, I'm just going to preface this. You call them party, session, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you slip in your words. So I offer 4 different sessions. And so when I'm doing a session, then when it's time to rebook, and this is what I say in the intro. So if I'm there at Marie's party and be like, I'm so excited that you guys are here, and Marie is even more excited that you're here. She was thank the Lord that you were here. And so here's the cool thing. You're gonna fall in love with this product. I know you are. We're gonna detox and de-stress tonight, but I do need to give you a little bit of kind of how this works for Marie. So here's the cool thing. Anything that you purchase tonight, she's gonna get free product from that. So really on the inside, she is praying that you purchase every single thing that we put on your face tonight, okay? Because she's getting all kinds of free product for anything that you purchase. But here's the crazy thing. If you owe Marie a favor, tonight's gonna be the night she's gonna call in on it. If you owe her a little favor or a big favor, she's gonna call you in, because this is how this works. So tonight we're doing the detox and de-stress session, but we actually have 3 other sessions that we do. And most people at Mary Kay don't even know this now. And so we have 3 other sessions, and those 3 other sessions, we have I do a whole med spa session. And so this is for just those that probably are in that 40 and over, that you really want to try our new dermocosmetic line, and you're ready for the med spa, and you want that Botox look without the needle. Okay, then you need a med spa session. Another session that we've got 2 other sessions that are about color. We've got a dash out the door session. So if you just want a natural look, then what we do is we teach you how to take 5 products in 5 minutes to be cute with a natural look. All right. So you can do that in 5 minutes at your mirror, or you can do that in 2 stoplights. Okay. So dash out the door session is an easy way to learn a little bit about color, or we have an entire glam slam session. Okay. That's kind of a little bit low key bougie. And so what this is, you're going to learn all about brows, highlight, contour. Maybe you want to learn some things about your eye shape. So we have our detox and de-stress, which we're doing tonight, and those other 3 sessions. So here's how this works. This is how Marie's going to love you even more. When just 2 of you here, schedule your own session, then guess what? Marie's free product doubles. Her free product doubles. Yes. So I'm here to tell you, if you do her a favor, she's going to call you in. And if you're about to leave and you can't find your keys, if you're about to leave and you can't find your keys, she has secretly taken them from your purse. Just saying. We're committed. We're committed here. Just kidding. I'm not that creepy, but she might be. So just want to tell you that. So we're really excited about her and getting her double and free products. So we've already decided she's getting her. So you kind of think in your brain, think about your friends, think about the girls that you're around. Do they need to exhale? Then they need to detox and de-stress. If they're just maybe busy women, maybe they want to learn how to dash out the door. Or maybe they're like, yes, I'm ready to get totally tight and get rid of these dark spots, and we need to do a med spa session together. So that's my introduction of every single session that I do, because it's introducing the hostess plan of, and I'm not saying hostess plan. Did you get it? And I'm not saying 10% and 20%. Did you get that? This is the original Mary Kay booking recipe. but it's the wording of it. Like percentages, I can figure out half off, but the other stuff I struggle. Okay. So it's the wording of it that is so key for that. Okay. So so what you want to do is I just come up with 4 different sessions. And so I'll use the same sessions maybe for 6 months, and then I'll tweak it. The sessions you offer should be the market you want to get in. So be strategic, girls, with your rebooking. I choose the sessions. And so there are times based on the crowd that we'll do. So you've heard that, the pop-up, the pop-up beauty break, where it's you come in for an hour after work and, everything is just you're tested and trying on your hand. So based on your market, you pick the market you want to get in and you create a session and party around it. Okay. So be strategic in that. So I created that med spa session because I wanted to get in the 40 and up. Why? Because I'm in my 40s. And I know when you get to a woman who's 40, then I also access her children, who are probably 20 or below. Okay. And you've got some 40s that are grandparents as well. So do you see what that does? And then all of a sudden your ponds will get larger with different skincare lines and just different ponds and different diversity in your customer base as well. Okay. So at all 4 of these sessions, I create my own steal deal for all of them. So creating a steal deal for all of them. But in your steal deal, whatever you've done, and the steal deal is whatever I've done on everything that I put on their face that day. That's the steal deal. And I usually have it in the travel roll-up bag, but it's everything I put on their face that day. And it's a little bit discounted when they get everything because I went depth in my customer base. But what happens in the steal deal, it won't include one thing. Okay. So like my detox and de-stress sesh, I have a steal deal and it's basically a lot of the products that I use in it. Okay. But it doesn't include one thing, and that's the charcoal mask. Okay. So at the end, when they're writing things down on the steal deal, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to get your steal deal. It does not include the charcoal mask. I'm like, but girl, let me tell you, you can get that free tonight. Okay. Remember how I told you how Marie with her, when you schedule your session tonight, you're going to get that charcoal mask. I know. I want you to have everything. I think all God's children need all of it. Okay. But I want you to get everything. So here's the key. Leave out one thing from your steal deal. And that's what they get when they schedule their session. Then once you hit your 2 rebookings, you're not stopping. Once you hit your 2 rebookings, you're not like, oh, well, I've already gotten my 2. No, you act like you don't have your 2. You keep, girls. Okay. So, and you're going to talk. So when are we going to see each other again? Which session? When we talked about the session. So then you're going to talk about it at the table close when you're going over the steal deal. And because you're going to be like, there's one thing that's not included in here, and that's the charcoal mask. Girls, you're going to get this tonight. Okay. Trust me, you're going to get this tonight. Then you're going to talk about it at the individual close. Oh, want this? I was like, no, I know you want that charcoal mask. Girl, we can do that. So think about your friends. Do they need to relax or do they need to just learn a little bit of color? Tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about them. And then we'll create that for them. You with me on that? So I won't go around and flash. And so once I book her and I'll be like weekend, weeknight, and I'll book her right then. I said, I need you to go hug Marie, whisper in her ear and say, we're even. I'm having a session. Now you owe me one. Okay. So I'll tease that person. So I just wanted to give you just a few different tips. So I love rebooking because it does so, and it keeps, so whether it's, but it's the expectation when you walk into there of like, I know I'm walking out with at least 2. So that's why I enjoy 6, 8, 10. That's my sweet spot. You got 2 people there, you got to book 100% of the crowd, which you could. But let me give you some examples of what to say when I only have 1 and I need 1 more. And I tease, I'm like, girls, so then they're all hanging out and I go to each one. I'll be like, girl, okay, we got 1 more. Don't let Marie down like that. No way, girl, there is no way I can tell her we're 1 short. Now, there's people in your life. You're a nurse. I know there's other women. I know they need to detox and de-stress. You saw me, I'm not creepy and weird. We're going to do the very same thing for you. You're going to get free stuff. Marie's going to love you even more, and her free product's going to double. I told her I wasn't leaving here, and I've got a hot husband at home waiting on me, girl. So you tell me, when can we do this thing? Don't make this harder than I do all the work. So when can we do this? Like, that's I go to all of them. That's the conversation I have. I kid you not. I'll be like, okay, what we got to do? What is it I got to do? Oh, you got a baby at home? Do I need to buy you diapers for the whole month of October? Come on. What's it going to take? And so I just tease back and forth. And I'd be like, I don't want to make my husband wait anymore. I got to get out of here, but I'm not leaving. Now, the very backup from my backup. is when I have the hostess and she's got one rebooking, but she needs one more. And I'll be like, who was that JV list that couldn't come? Who's the person that said they were going to come, but couldn't? Who was the person on the varsity list that was supposed to come and didn't? I need you to call her right now, get her on the phone and be like, all right, this is how you pay me back. You guys schedule your own session because I'm getting double and free and you're not going to make me miss this thing. All right. So I've used that for the people that didn't show that were supposed to be there. Or I'm be like, call your mama. You know, she's going to come through. Call your mom. Or it's going to be, okay, find the next group that doesn't know this group and you do another one. So those are just, I wanted to give you those just little options of how to truly just keep the ball rolling and have fun with it. Do you see? Have fun with it. They will remember that. But finding your market that you want to develop and create it, capture that market. We will not be all things to all people. And that's why we need diversity in Mary Kay. I have a beauty consultant that she's working all her business from Reels. I just don't do Reels. That's not my wheelhouse. And I'm very selective of where I put my energy. I know the target market I want to be in. But you know what I do? I'll be like, you need to follow this director and this director and this director. They are amazing at Reels. Follow them. And so don't get insecure when we aren't the master of all, because we have so many different options now. So find your market and stick in that market. And then, and there will be such a freedom. There will be such a freedom that you find when you're able to do that. And so I truly I hope I didn't go over, Jen, but I don't know if there's any questions. I don't know how much further to go. I don't know where we are on time, but I don't know if there's any questions or anything that anybody had, but I hope this helped.
Oh my gosh, this was amazing. So many nuggets. Sorry, you're here still with the blogs. I'm sorry about it. I love this. It's simple. We just got to get back to doing what's simple and fun. And everybody needs fun in their life right now, right? And we have to quit being so serious and just enjoy and cater to women to help them. So real quick, I'm going to leave it open. Again, I'm sorry, you're going to hear my background. Is there anybody that, I don't know, has a question for Emily? Something to get, I'm looking through the chat, but I think everything's been answered. But you can look, Emily, because people have been saying some amazing things about you. And anything they want to say to Emily, ask question, affirm her. We have a few minutes left, so I always love to leave time for that. Because Emily, I took a million notes. I love your 4 options. I just love how the verbiage for those. So that's what I took away. Anybody else?
Emily, oh my gosh, thank you. This was so awesome. My personality is kind of like yours. I'm kind of silly and fun at the events, and this is just perfect. All of these words, I'm totally going to be using these. It's awesome. And I love that you have the deal package, all but one thing. And I do use the charcoal mask at the parties to rebook, but just having that one set sheet, that one deal package minus that, gotta have it. So thank you. Needed this today. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I know we're all going to listen to the recording 1,000 times. Real quick, thank you, Lynette. I knew I'd forget. That's why you're in my brain. Next Lunch and Learn next week. If you're local to Colorado, or any of you guys have people in Colorado, we are going to go live at Lynette's. They're part of this country club, and we're going to go live. We'll be on Lunch and Learn. But if you're local to any of us, and you want some girl camaraderie, and you want to be in person, or you have team members or customers or whatever, you're welcome to invite them. And we can get you that information, and they can join us next week on Lunch and Learn, because several of us will be live together. So I just want to invite, because I know sometimes people are in different areas, but you have people here. So I always want to include that. Sorry. Okay. Anybody else?
I have a question. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. I have a question. Are you giving the charcoal mask to them that night? If they book? And the second thing is, if you do one of the makeup sessions for the follow-up and they just did the skincare, you're doing the skincare with the guests, even though you're doing makeup that night, or are you just doing the makeup session at the follow, if she books her own party and she picks the makeup session?
So if she picks a dash out the door, because a lot of times I'll go, the detox and de-stress with that skincare is my most popular one. A lot of times they'll rebook that one because I'll remind them, I'm like, hey, your friends haven't done this, remember? And they're like, yes, yes, yes. And so the first question about the charcoal mask, I don't have the product with me that particular day. If I'm out now, if they're with me, you get to choose that. It truly is. So it's $12, $12.50 or something like that. I usually will put it in their bag. So if they're here at my place in my studio, I usually will. If you don't know them and you're feeling a little nervous and you want to deliver it to them at their session, you could certainly do that. I mean, there's, that is your business. You can, I've done both, but usually I just give it to them honestly right then and there. But when it is a dash out the door session and we do the 5 things, I do very quick skincare. I always do skincare at every session because I want to sell that. All right. And so, yeah, I do very fast with that, and they'll do it very quickly. And so usually at that particular session, like dash out the door, I'll do like that miracle set. Or it used to be the 3D, obviously. Now, depending on the age, then I may do just all the repair. I won't talk about all of them. I'll just kind of look at the room, and then I'll gauge which skincare they're all going to use to take everything off real quick.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, anybody else?
Emily,
Yes.
Emily, I just wanted to say thank you for reminding us that we each have a sweet spot. Although I would love to be able to, I don't see myself as your personality. It's like,
Yep.
It's trying to have fun, and that rebooking has always been a challenge for me. So hopefully this will help. But again, I love, because we all do have a sweet spot.
Yes. And I want to tell you, so girls, that's what's so amazing. That's why we need diversity in this company. And so my offspring directors, when I say all of them, doesn't matter if it's first line or second line, are none like me. I have got a huge plethora of S's. Okay. And but here's funny how we work together. One of my offspring sales is a chemistry teacher. Legit chemistry teacher. So for me, when I want to talk about product, I'm just like, you guys are going to love this. It's going to feel so good. So we're going to put it on, take it off. You're going to want it. That's all the detail in my life. But she's the chemistry teacher. She's the one that talks about the prickly pear, and she gives me all the big words to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But we need that. And so what's funny is she's like, okay, here's the product information. And then she's like, so here, Emily, I need you to teach me of how to be fun with it. So I just don't stand up there and give facts. That's the beauty of teamwork. That's why you need diversity on your team, in your units, within your customer base, because then it's time to get in different ponds. But yeah, so I love that. I love that we all have a sweet spot, and that's why we need each other. That's why we do things like this. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Well, lady, again, Emily, amazing. Oh my gosh. And thank you for last night and today. She had back to back for me, ladies. It was phenomenal. I was like,
what are we going to do tomorrow, Jen? What in the world?
I was like, man, I need you both days because it was so phenomenal. I love our backstage moment, and thank you all for joining. I hope these are helping you and you're loving them and being able to pass them along. And Emily, thank you for your Go Give heart and generosity to so many today, because you didn't have to do that and you did anyway. And so many nuggets. I'm just going to listen to it over and over and over. So don't worry, I'm going to get that recording out so you all can take, make your notes, tweak it how you need to tweak it for you, and make it your own, because we all deserve to be walking across that seminar stage this next year as our best year yet.
Yeah.
So,
I have a question about what's in your roll-up.
The roll-up I have here is for my detox and de-stress appointment. You can create it. Most of my roll-ups, I give I try to find a price point, and so I'll tease them with this. So I've got the 3, the new Miracle Set in there. It's what I do at my detox and de-stress. I do the Miracle Set. I do microderm on half the face because I want them to feel the difference of that. I'll just do charcoal mask on their nose because it's quick to dry. It's faster to dry when it's just on their nose. And I'll also do the eye patches, because that's part of the de-stress part of it. And I'll do satin lips. So when you add all that up, it's like 200 and with all, because you get extra retail with the Miracle Set. It's like $260 some. And so my steel deal is $199. And so I'll say, girls, you can take all this and try to add it up and try to find a better deal. But if you want a better deal and you want to go home with exactly how your face feels tonight, then that's your steel deal, and that's $199. And on your order ticket, we're just going to write steel deal, $199. So, and like I said, it doesn't include the charcoal mask. we've done it, but that's their booking. So you could create any kind of steal deal you want with the products that you love. That's what I learned, is whatever the session was, I created the steal deal and the options to what I love. New consultants, or just period, are more excited about presenting products that they use and that they love more than anything else. And that always shines through. So your dash out the door may look different than my dash. Your 5 are probably different from my 5. And that's okay. It's our party. So who cares? We're the one in charge. This is our dash out the door, and this is our steal deal. So yes.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yep.
And what I love, ladies, you make that roll it bag whatever you want. I change. Sometimes I don't know if my roll it bag's ever the same on some of my parties. I cater to the group. And that's one thing. If you hear anything that I've heard over and over and over in the 1.5 to 2 years we've been doing this, is take the idea, tweak it, and make it versatile for how you work and what you're going to be passionate about. It's no different than I buy certain food when I go grocery shopping, right? Because it's what our family eats, what we love, and that's what we do, and that's how we do it. And so same thing, you're going to lean towards that. So thank you all so much for being part of here. I hope you all have an amazing September, an amazing Thursday. Thank you again, Emily. You were amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, ladies.